G'day everyone, Brent Hodgkins here at Brew and Music, and we're here today for a new guitar reveal. And today we're going to be looking at a Gibson Les Paul Studio 2005 model, which was the year they did the 100th anniversary of what would have been Les Paul's 100th birthday year. And so they did 100th anniversary models that year of most of the Les Paul models. And it's pretty hard to find info, but as far as I gather, they did 100 of each model with the 100th anniversary models. So I picked this up from Melbourne yesterday, or from Dandenong. I drove down and back, and it was an interesting trip. And driving back, I actually experienced there'd been a pretty bad car accident between two cars colliding. One had pulled over as far as they could on the right hand, off the right hand lane, but there's new barrier strips, you know, between Melbourne and Bairnsdale, or Bruthen where I am, and that makes it very hard for very difficult for traffic to pull over if there's any incident like that, flat tyres and such. So there's been issues with it, and we're only having the discussion 2 days ago about that exact thing. And then so driving home just before Morwell turn off, I saw cars banking up and jamming on the brakes, and thinking it must have been a car accident. I couldn't see it at that stage. There was a good 50 or more cars banking up quickly, and then it was right, they were banking up, so it was probably about 100 metres or so down the road, the cars banking up, and then off to the left was the turn off for Morwell, and so a lot of cars just started using that to divert around, and then a few cars just started making their way through, and I could see as it sort of cleared a little bit, there was a car, an SUV, white SUV, rolled over on its side in the left-hand lane, and then in the right-hand lane there was a black sedan which half the back end was missing, and so cars just started making their way through the debris and moving through, and I pulled over. There was only another couple of cars pulled over that were assisting, and we ended up you know, making sure everyone was all right. There was, you know, everyone that was involved was pretty much bleeding, and we were waiting for the paramedics, and we cleared off all the debris and stuff like that until the paramedics got there. So wow, what a trip, eh? But everyone was all right, and I waited till paramedics were there and everything else before I got out of the road basically, and just let them do their job, look after the people. So an eventful journey to Melbourne and back, but we picked up this. So here she is, and what we've got is a 2015 Gibson Les Paul Studio. It is the 100th anniversary. We've got Les Paul signature and the 100 there. On the back we've got Les Paul's the hologram. I think that was the last photo taken of Les Paul. If you remember one of my earlier videos, I did a guitar reveal when I bought a Les Paul Junior in gloss yellow, I think it was, and that was a 100th anniversary model as well. So when I saw this one come up on Marketplace, I had to jump at it. I would have kicked myself if I missed it. And like my Les Paul Junior, this one's also, the previous owner replaced the tuners. Was actually, I think maybe the original owner, and then I just got it off a guy that had traded a guitar for this, so it wasn't the guy I got off. The guy before that had changed over the automatic G-force tuning system for these Grover tuners that are actually locking as well. So yeah, so the more I research them in these G-force automatic tuning systems, it just seems everyone's replacing them, and you know, they might be good if you get used to them, but you know, I'm pretty happy that both my models have had them changed back, or changed out for you know, standard tuners. So yeah, it's a studio, so it's a little bit stripped down from, you know, your standards and classics and that, in that it hasn't got the fancy binding and things like that around the body and the neck, but all the other specs are pretty much the same, with mahogany body. We've got a flamed maple top, we've got a cello right there in the road. These ones, yeah, don't have the binding. It's got the rosewood fretboard, and we've got the 57 Classic pickup and a 57 Classic Plus, I think it is, in the bridge position, the Tune-O-Matic bridge, stop bar tailpiece. These ones come with the brown, the pickup rings there, and the toggle switch poker chip, or the cap there. Yeah, and we've also got a zero nut fret, nut, sorry, and I think, you know, they've probably used them because there's less tension when tuning the strings with the automatic tuners. I think's why they've probably gone with those. So yeah, but other than that, this is pretty much in immaculate condition, apart from whether you can see it in the light. There's a little bit of buckle rash here and a little mark there. But other than that, like, this is just looking absolutely beautiful. Stunning looking guitar. I love the finish is Desert Burst, and I really, really like that. I dig the look of that, and there's some beautiful flame in that maple top as well. So yeah, strangely enough, I've never used 9 to 42s on electric. I don't think I've always been 10 to 46, unless I'm down tuning in the heavier bands and stuff, and I'll go for 10 to 52. But yeah, I'm enjoying the flexibility of these lighter strings. Makes it very quick to play and move around. So that's something I might stick with and play around on this model, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. It also has a wider neck and flatter fretboard, so it's not like the big clubby necks of the 50s sort of Gibsons and stuff like that you'd expect. They refer it more to a 80s shredder sort of guitar neck. And it takes a little bit to get used to, because it is that little bit wider, and you've actually got, you know, quite a bit of distance, like probably 4 mil from the string to the edge of the neck on either side. So that's sort of different. You don't see on other guitars, but yeah, I don't think it affects anything when you're playing. It's get used to it pretty quick if you're not used to that. So yeah. But yeah, I keep this short and sweet anyway. I've got a pack for a gig. We're playing, Todd Cook and I are playing down at Sale, at the Backpackers, not Sale, in Maffra, sorry, down that way tonight. So we'll get ready for that gig and have some fun. And I'll wrap it up there, I think. So there she is. So Gibson Les Paul Studio 2015 100th Anniversary Edition in Desert Burst, and I'm in love with it already. It's beautiful. It didn't come with, side note, didn't come with the brown moulded case I expected. Oh, sorry, the gold moulded case like the Les Paul Junior came in that I did the other video on. But it's a Gibson case nonetheless, and unless it's an aftermarket one, I'm not really sure actually. But it does have a Gibson tag. I think it is genuine Gibson. It does come with the owner manual, but that's it. Not all the rest of the case candy. So don't have the full information on the history. But yeah, the guy I bought it off. I met him in Dandenong and did the exchange, and yeah, he said he traded in another guitar for this one, and yeah, and I'm just lucky that he was passing it on and I couldn't pass it up. So huge thanks anyway to Harry, and yeah, there we go guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers. Bye.